Hi Gemini, welcome to your July Astrology Horoscope. This is a generic astrology look. For those of you who have your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Ascendant in Gemini, this is applicable for you. Do remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm putting up a new video every week now. You'll stay updated with my work. Gemini is the big news. This month is the Jupiter retrograde that's taking place in Aquarius. It started on the 22nd of June and it's going to be carrying on for the next quarter or 4 months before it goes direct. I'll talk about more and also as to how it is that it's going to be affecting you specifically. Let me break down the month for you. On the 10th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of earned income. This is also your house of self-worth. Good time not just to be making money, but good time to be picking up a project. For those of you who have been maybe looking for work or you could have been struggling, it can be that an opportunity arises and it's worth your time, even if it's for a short while. Geminians, go ahead and pick up this project. On 12th, we have Mercury that is coming in supporting this aspect. So again, a good idea to be having conversations, maybe if you need to be negotiating more, if even if it doesn't have to do with the monetary angle of it, maybe there are certain terms and conditions that you could negotiate on in order to make the project more lucrative. On the 22nd, we have Venus that is there in your house of home, and wonderful time to be maybe renovating your house. For some of you, you could be shifting, you could be renting, leasing, buying. For some of you, you could be taking stock of your assets, especially your properties. This governs your mother. It's a house of Cancer. It rules your mother. It can be that maybe your mom's health is a bit of a concern. Maybe there could be some conversations that you could be having with her. Because Venus is there, it doesn't suggest any challenging aspect. So good time, I would say, not just to be making your house more luxurious. So some of you could be indulging in a bit of a shopping spree and you could just be making your house into a little luxury nest. On 23rd, we have Sun that is joining Mars in your house of communication. This is your own house, Geminian. So good time to be initiating again, starting projects. Good time for any kind of a communication. If there has been any previous, whether it's complication or delay, or maybe even you need to be revisiting a job where maybe salary could have been a concern, good time to be renegotiating. Wonderful time to be publishing work, whether you're author, researcher, musician. Wonderful time for anybody who's there in the creative field. On the 24th, we have full moon that is there in your house of expansion of the mind, and this speaks about getting more clarity. Maybe if it has to do with the long distance travel, now is the time that you will get clarity on whether they are travel policies, or maybe whether or not you need to be taking a firm decision or a clear decision as far as a long distance travel is concerned. For some of you, maybe a learning comes to an end. Maybe you're finishing a course during this time. In some cases, it's also speaking about maybe having a very myopic view of the world. Uh, in any case, this is Jupiter's house and Jupiter is retrograde, so you could feel slightly restricted, maybe as far as really thinking out of the box is concerned. However, with full moon being over here, and full moon tends to bring about some clarity, so there can be some questions where it's a good time to be asking yourself, how open you really are to new ideas. On 28th, we have Mercury that is moving again back into your house of communication. So good time again to be um, writing a journal, good time to be seeking therapy, good time to be counseling, good time for teachers especially, wonderful time to be interacting, engaging, even maybe having those difficult conversations that you may have been avoiding. On 29th, we have Jupiter that rolls back into its own house of expansion of the mind, spirituality and philosophy. And Jupiter over here is going to be there till about almost end of the year, and in between, of course, it goes direct. But annually, Jupiter goes about retrograde for about a quarter or so. And during this time, you could be questioning your own beliefs, your values that maybe society has imposed upon us. It is a good time, Geminians, to again to be looking at your own conditioning as to at times we are absolutely a creature of habits, or even I would say conditioning, the environment in which we have grown, the people that surround us, the company that we keep, and not to question whether it is good or it's bad, but to a large extent, Jupiter over here is going to be pushing you to question your own conditioning, to be almost to be pushing you to go against the grain. Globally, we can expect a lot of political disagreement. There can be some upheaval as far as the economy is concerned, and this aspect I think is there in July and August both. So astrology, I feel it's I mean, it's going to be rain, so you go prepared with an umbrella, and that's about it, rather than just walking out being prepared. We can also see, because this is aspecting in Aquarius, so Jupiter retrograde, good time to be associating with a charity, good time again to be looking at humanitarian issues and being more involved with the community at large. The focus has really moved from the individual, it's moved to locality, it's moved to a group of people. So it could be worth your while, Geminians, to look at maybe collaborations which you may have sort of turned your nose up earlier, but it's a good time to be looking at getting together with people, maybe creating something for a benefit, for a charity, for a cause. And if that is like absolutely something which is not up your alley, then maybe it's a wonderful time to be um, donating. It's a good time to be associating with maybe those who are not as privileged as you are. On the 30th, we're closing the month with Mars, that is joining Venus in, again in your house of home. And Mars and Venus are pretty much doing also quite a long waltz for the next couple of months. And they make a good pair. With Mars, of course, egging Venus on. Since this has to do with your home, try and keep arguments and confrontations at bay. Try not to be sharp with your words, especially Geminians. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You'll stay updated with my work. I'm weekly posting videos now, so there's a lot of new content to look forward. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you.